In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect to these two hotspot devices. We have the T-Mobile's Coolpad Surf and Verizon's Ellipsis Jetpack. And at the end of this video, I'll show you a little bit of troubleshooting by resetting these hotspots. So if you're having issues and have already connected to these devices but you're not able to browse the internet, fast forward through to the end of this video. First, I'll show you how to turn on and off by holding down the power button. It's basic troubleshooting when you turn it off and then on, and it may also trigger updates to these hotspot devices. Turning on T-Mobile's Coolpad Surf, hold down the power button until all these 5 lights turn solid green, and then release the power button and just wait until there's a change in color and one of the lights starts flashing. So the top one, as you can see, turned red. That's the carrier signal. That's the see, now it's green again. So that's the signal that shows you how far you are from the cellular tower. So just watch out for that. See how many bars you have when you're at home or at another location. So the bottom one is the data. See, it's flashing. So this one is ready. Now to turn off, we also hold down the power button until all the 5 lights turn solid green, and then you can release it, and then it will turn off after. So just wait a few seconds. There it is. It's now off. Turning on Verizon's Ellipsis Jetpack. The power button is right here. So we simply hold it down until you see this one, Ellipsis Jetpack, coming up, and you can release it. Release the power button and just wait for it until it cycles through the display, until you see the carrier signal, the battery status. Then we can proceed with getting to the password next. Okay, so here it is. So this is ready. So now to turn it off, you simply hold down the power button again until you see where it says goodbye, and release. So this is how you turn off Verizon. Now sometimes instead of seeing goodbye, you see something that says software update. So release the power button, so that way it will do its thing to do the update, and then once it's done, it will turn off automatically. Second, we need the Wi-Fi password before we can connect to these devices. The T-Mobile Coolpad Surf has an 8-digit password, while the Verizon's Ellipsis Jetpack has 8 alphanumeric password. To retrieve the password for this Verizon hotspot, keep pressing the power button until you see the password. The password for this T-Mobile hotspot is printed on the IMEI barcode label. Since this hotspot does not have a display, So the password is the last 8 digits of this IMEI number. So the last 8 digits starting from number 6 are 44698716. So that's the Wi-Fi password for this device. Now also the label is printed here at the back of the hotspot. So the last 8 digits starting from number 6 there are 44698716. Also it is printed in case you don't have the box or the label here is faded. You can open this up, pop the battery, and you'll see the IMEI label. Also, you'll get a hint of the password from the Wi-Fi name, as it will include the last 4 digits of the password. So in this case, the Wi-Fi name will say Coolpad Surf 8716. So from the Wi-Fi name, so you get the second half of the password. So you just need to retrieve the first half or the first 4 digits to get the 8-digit password. Now, some T-Mobile label at the back of the hotspot, you may receive this longer series of numbers. There's an extra 4 digits there at the end, 8901, which is not part of the password. So when you connect to it, the Wi-Fi name will have the 2113 instead. So the password will be based from that 2113. So you just get the previous 4 digits. So the 8-digit password will be 4503 2113. Third, connecting to a hotspot. We're using a Chromebook here. So we'll first connect to the Verizon's Ellipsis Jetpack. So using a Chromebook device, at the bottom right corner, click on that system tray where you see the time, battery, Wi-Fi symbol, and it pops up with this one. Now if it's not currently connected, it says not connected, so click on not connected and look for the Wi-Fi device that we want to connect to. In this case, we want to connect to the Ellipsis Jetpack. So let's see where the Ellipsis Jetpack is at. Now, if you don't see it from the list, just click out of it and click on it again to refresh the Wi-Fi list. Ellipsis Jetpack. There it is at the bottom. Finally showed up. Okay, and so it says the name of the right there, the name of the Wi-Fi, which it says SSID. That's the name of the Wi-Fi, and then from the password that I retrieved earlier, I just simply enter the password. And I can press enter or hit connect. Once the Wi-Fi symbol down there is solid, that means it's connected. We can verify if it's really connected to that hotspot by clicking on that system tray again. And notice it says Ellipsis Jetpack, so that means it's connected. Now we proceed to connecting to a T-Mobile hotspot. Okay, bring up that system tray again and click on Not Connected, and look for that Coolpad surf. Scroll down. Okay, so there's two Coolpad surf. I'm going to connect to that Coolpad surf 8716. See, Coolpad surf 8716. Okay. Now I'm gonna. Okay, so the Coolpad surf 8716. I'm gonna zoom in on the name. Let me see here. Okay, so Coolpad surf 8716. That's 8716 is the second half of the password. So if we're going to look at the label at the back of the hotspot here, see 8716, the last 4 digits there. So we just need to get the 4469 to get the password. So I'm putting in 44698716, 44698716, and then connect. Okay, it's going up and down. Wait until it gets solid. There we go. It's solid, and just want to make sure it's really connected to that hotspot. We can just pop this up again and see if it says Coolpad surf. Yes, it says Coolpad surf right there. Okay, now if we want to connect to another hotspot device, this one's already connected. We just simply click on the name, and then this list again comes up, and we're going to connect to the other T-Mobile hotspot. Coolpad surf. Let's see here. Okay, let me refresh the list by going out and coming back up again. Okay, we're going to connect to that other Coolpad server right there, the 2113. I just wanted to show you the other label where it had that extra 4 digits. So from the Wi-Fi name again, see that it says Coolpad surf 2113. Now this other label at the back of the this T-Mobile hotspot has this extra 4-digit number at the end. So we're just basing it from the Wi-Fi name. It has that 2113, which is the last 4 of the password. So we look for that 2113 here. So there's the 2113. Notice the 8901 is not part of the password. So we just need to get the 4 digits to the left of that 2. So which is 4503. So the password is 4503 2113. Alright. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that if you happen to have this T-Mobile hotspot with a long label at the back of it. So 45032113, and then I hit connect, and flashing up and down. Let's see if it's connected to that Coolpad surf. Okay, it is connected. Now that we have connected to this hotspot device, we still have to test for internet connection. So simply bring up the web browser. In this case, for this Chromebook, click on that colored looking Chrome icon, which is the Chrome browser at the bottom center, and see if it loads any website. So let's say go to lausd.net to test it out, and there it is. We have internet connection. Now if at first it doesn't load, try another website, like Schoology.com or abc.com. Now usually on a Chromebook device, if it doesn't have internet, it will say no internet. So this is for a Chromebook device. Now also you can also play a YouTube video on youtube.com, so that way you can test how it plays video, so that way when you're on a Zoom session, you know it will be able to play videos. Now that we know how to connect to a hotspot using the Wi-Fi name and the password, I'm going to show you how to connect using an iPad. So we go to that gear looking icon, settings down there, and we go to Wi-Fi and wait for it to load. And see on the right side, we're going to look for the Wi-Fi name. So first connect here. I found Coolpad surf, so we'll connect there, and let me put in the password. And then we can click join here or join up there, either one, and then wait for it until you see that blue check. So once you see the blue check, it means it's connected. Okay, so now we have to test if there's internet connection. I'm going to press the home button to get back to the main screen where you see all the icons. Now if we have the Schoology icon, you can just bring it up and see if you can get to the Schoology site. Here I'm going to bring up the Safari browser down here and try a website and see if it goes. Okay, looks like it's asking me to sign in. That means the internet is working, but I can try another website. There, see, it loads. Here, let me try lausd.net just to try a couple of websites. And there it is. It loaded. Okay, so that means the internet is working fine on the hotspot. Now let me show you how to connect the Wi-Fi using Windows 10 and a Mac. On Windows 10, go to the system tray at the bottom right corner of the screen. Right here, we see a globe icon. The globe icon means it's not connected to Wi-Fi. Click that one and it'll bring up a list of Wi-Fi devices that's close to this laptop. Okay, then you just click on the Wi-Fi that you want to connect. In this case, we'll connect to the Verizon Ellipsis Jetpack. And it says connect automatically. Checked. We can leave that checked, so you don't have to manually keep checking it. Manually keep clicking on the name to connect to it. Put in the password. Press enter. Here we can say yes here. And then there it says connected. Now once it's connected, that globe looking icon is replaced with the Wi-Fi symbol, meaning it's connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, so once it's connected, you can just simply bring up the web browser to test for internet connectivity. On the MacBook, we go up to the menu bar up there on the upper right side of the screen. Look for the Wi-Fi symbol. It's right there. In this case, it is grayed out, which means it's not connected. So we'll click on it and we see the Wi-Fi list here, the one that's closest to this MacBook, and we're going to connect to Verizon's Jetpack. Okay, so it's going to ask for a password, and we know the password, so let me just enter that. Click join. Now notice the Wi-Fi symbol is going up and down there as it tries to connect, and there it is. Once it's solid, it means it's connected, but double check to see which Wi-Fi it is connected to. So click on it again, and there is a check next to Ellipsis Jetpack. So the check means it's connected to that device. Okay, so once you're connected, test the internet by bringing up the web browser. Notice there's a number 1 next to the Wi-Fi symbol here for this Verizon hotspot. That means there's one device connected to this hotspot. So notice now the Verizon Jetpack says it shows now there's 2 next to the Wi-Fi, which means there are 2 devices connected to this hotspot. The T-Mobile hotspot doesn't have a display that tells us how many devices are connected to it. We only have LED lights here. These hotspots can connect around 10 to 15 devices. This T-Mobile hotspot has another button here on the side, which is the WPS button. It's short for wireless protected setup, which means you can connect to this device without having to type in a password. You still have to click the Wi-Fi name, but you'll have the convenience of not having to type in a password. So I'll show you how to connect using Windows 10 and a Mac. So it's only applicable to Windows 10 and a Mac. The Chromebook and the iPad does not have a WPS feature, so I can only show it to you using Windows 10 and a Mac. connecting to a Wi-Fi device using WPS. So we hold down the WPS button there until the Wi-Fi symbol starts blinking. There, we can release it, and then now we can try to connect to it on Windows 10. We go down to the Wi-Fi area here, and we'll connect to the Coolpad Surf. Now we click on it. Now it's going to ask for a password, but you don't have to type it in. See how it turned blue right away? So that means it automatically entered the password for us and right away connected. So that's how you connect using the WPS functionality. Okay, I'll show it to you again. Connecting using WPS. So while that WPS is activated, that Wi-Fi symbol is flashing. Okay, so I'm going to connect again, and notice that the password field, see, turns color blue. I didn't have to type in a password, and notice that the Wi-Fi symbol turned solid green again. So that means the WPS function stopped since we have a successful connection. Now, if when you're trying to connect, well, the WPS function or the Wi-Fi symbol is blinking, and it's asking for a password, but the password field does not change in color, just cancel it and try to connect again until the password field changes in color and the Wi-Fi symbol turns solid green. Now, if you have not successfully connected and the Wi-Fi symbol turns solid green again, you can just simply repeat the process. Hold down the WPS button until the Wi-Fi symbol starts blinking, and then you can try connecting again. Connecting to Wi-Fi using WPS on a MacBook. So hold down the WPS button until we see the Wi-Fi symbol starts blinking, and then we go up to the connect to Wi-Fi up at the top. Then we select Coolpad Surf. Okay, it's trying to connect. There, we got solid, and the light there is solid, so we didn't even see the password prompt. Perfect. So once you connect, bring up the web browser, test the internet. Now that you know how to connect to these hotspots wirelessly through the Wi-Fi connection, by just selecting or clicking the Wi-Fi name and typing in the password. Also, I've shown you how to connect using the WPS function, like pressing down the button here on the T-Mobile hotspot. The Verizon does not have the WPS functionality, and so there's not a separate button for the WPS. Now, notice the provided charger and cable on the T-Mobile hotspot. The charger is separate from the charging cable, while the Verizon is not separate. So the charger and the charging cable is not removable. Okay, so the reason why T-Mobile provided a separate charging cable is because we can just directly connect this hotspot directly to the USB port on your computer, and that's the easiest way to connect this hotspot is by just simply plugging this provided charging cable to your computer. It will automatically connect without you having to click in or selecting the Wi-Fi name and typing in a password. So we'll just automatically detect an Ethernet connection when you connect it to a Chromebook, to a MacBook, or a Windows device. Now the iPad does not have a USB connection, so you can't connect it to an iPad, but it is possible you can also connect it to an iPad, but you'll have to buy those needed USB adapter. This USB cable is double purpose. It's a charging cable and a data cable. So let me show you how to connect this directly to a Chromebook. So we connect this micro USB over to the T-Mobile hotspot, and then we connect the other end, the USB connection, over to the computer. In this case, this is a Chromebook. Before I connect, I'm going to zoom in on the Wi-Fi symbol. So I'm going to connect the USB cable. Okay, so notice the Wi-Fi symbol disappeared. So that means the USB connection took over the connection. So let me show you. Okay, so now it says Ethernet connection there. So as soon as you connected the USB connection, the connection switched over to the Ethernet connection. Now, if you're currently connected to Wi-Fi, by default, this wired connection, which uses Ethernet, takes priority over the Wi-Fi connection. So that's by default. So this is how you connect directly to a Chromebook. Here's some basic troubleshooting if you can't connect or there's no internet. We turn off and then on the device. Turning off and on can trigger a software update and hopefully resolve the issue. Now, sometimes turning it off and on may trigger the update. It may take up to 2.5 hours for the update to trigger the device. So we'll just do that, turning it off and then on. For the T-Mobile hotspot, we simply hold down the power button until all these 5 lights turn solid green, and then release the button and it will turn off. And then when we turn it on again, we just simply hold down the power button again until all these 5 lights or solid green, release it, and then it will turn on. Now so leave it for about maybe 2.5 hours to trigger an update, and hopefully that resolves that problem. So that's the basic troubleshooting that we can do for this T-Mobile hotspot. We don't want to do a factory reset on the T-Mobile hotspot, as it may leave it unusable after doing a factory reset. On the other hand, the Verizon hotspot, we can do a factory reset. But first, we turn off and then on the hotspot. So this one, we just hold down the power button until it says goodbye, release it, and it will turn off. Now sometimes when you do that, it will say software update. So release the button, so that way it will do the software update, and once it's done, it will turn off. So okay, so we're turning it back on again. Hold it down until you see this Ellipsis Jetpack. Alright, so that's the basic troubleshooting. Then you try to connect again and test the internet. Okay, so the second part that we can do with this, if it still doesn't work after turning it off and then on, is we can do a factory reset on this Verizon hotspot. Now we need a paper clip, so we'll open. So while it is on, so when we do the factory reset, it needs to be on. So we can open the cover here at the back go here to where the charging port is, and there's a place there where you can put in something to pop this cover open. So we'll use that to pop this up right there. So then you see here, right there, you see that okay, here's the charging port, and then that that hole there, you see there's a dot there where you can you see that that little button there. That's the one we're going to press with this paper clip. Hold it down for like 3-4 seconds and then release it. So we'll hold it down for 3-4 seconds and then release it, and then it will say factory reset, and then it'll automatically restart the hotspot. So that's how you do a factory reset. So once it restarts, connect to it again and test the internet.